Don't you hate waiting? Especially when you have to wait for something that you really, really want? What if you had to wait for something that you couldn't live without? And no, I don't mean that in and out, that double from in and out. I mean a kidney. Well, according to the United Network for Organ Sharing, there are 101,976 people on the waiting list for an organ transplant. And every month, 3,700 people are added to that list. One of the people on the waiting list might be someone you know. Today, I want to tell you the importance of donating your organ, reveal some of the truth about it, explain how your family, as well as the recipient, benefit from it, and finally, encourage everyone to donate their organs upon death. The need for organ donation is massive across the United States. In fact, every 16 minutes, someone is added to the waiting list. That means that while we are in class today, 8 people will be added to the list. The number of people in need of a transplant continues to rise faster than the number of donors. 18 people die every day waiting for an organ transplant that cannot take place because of the lack of donated organs. That means that 6,000 people die annually. Now that you're aware there's an ever-increasing need for organ transplants, I'll explain to you why so many people are not. Only 38% of licensed drivers have a little pink dot on their license that says that they're an organ donor. But why are the majority of Americans not organ donors? It's because Americans let some misconceptions about organ donation stop them from donating their organs. One of the myths is that they are too old or too young to donate their organs. But there is not an age limit at all. Whether you're a newborn or 90 years old, as long as your organs are in good condition, you're eligible. Another myth is that if you're in an accident and you're an organ donor, doctors will not try to save your life. Not only is this completely false, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, when was the last time someone came into the ER and you heard the doctor say, "Wait, are you an organ donor? Okay, let's look at that." I mean, it's ridiculous. Another myth is that they'll take your organs before you're even dead. But the organs transplant committee isn't even notified after all life-saving efforts have been failed, your death has been determined, and your family allows donation to occur. Another is that people are concerned that it's against their religion. But according to organdonor.gov, almost all organized religions support organ donation. And they actually say that it's very generous and that it's a person's individual choice. People often say that they don't want to burden their families with the medical expenses related to organ donation. But all the expenses are covered by UNOS. And one of the last myths is that Americans are afraid that their body will be mutilated from donating their organs. But even if you wanted an open casket funeral, it's perfectly fine because it's just like a typical surgery. Like when people have appendicitis and then they give an appendectomy and they just cut it out and it's just a little scar. So if you wanted an open casket funeral, it's perfectly fine. Now that I've cleared up some misconceptions about organ donation, I'll explain to you how your family and the recipient will benefit. Not only will your donated organs give the gift of life to someone, but your family will also benefit knowing that your death helped give life to another human being. A couple of years ago, I heard about a story about a 17-year-old boy who died from head injuries in a car accident. His mother decided to donate his organs because he was underage. His heart went to a prison pastor, his kidneys went to a mother of 5, and to a Vietnam vet. Not only did the teenager give life to others, but his family feels a sense of comfort and satisfaction knowing that his death helped give life to someone else. Now that I've explained to you the importance of organ donation, shed some light on some common misconceptions, and explain how your family and the recipient will benefit, I would like to explain to you how easy it is to become an organ donor. If me telling you how many lives you can benefit isn't persuasion enough, at least I'll tell you how easy it is. Because the next time you go to the DMV to renew your license or do anything else, you can just ask to be an organ donor, and all you have to do is check a box. And then you have a little pink dot on your license that says you're an organ donor. But if you hate the DMV as much as I do, you can always just go online and get a form from donatelife.org. Because the gift of life is the most amazing gift anybody can give. How I see things and what made me become an organ donor is that when I'm dead, I won't need my organs. So why should I stop anyone else from using them? So please consider what I've said and become an organ donor.
So Fabian, what did you think?
I really liked the finishing driver. Started with a little humor and then kind of got her trust. And then this was the topic. And the rest of the speech was really well organized. She said beforehand what she was going to explain, and there was no confusion. And the conclusion was good. She had a solution, and why we should follow up with the solution. Yeah.
Okay. All the structural stuff is really good, and I liked the information that you had. I don't have many complaints about the presentation or the content, except that it just is a little thin. I think you could probably get some more emotional oomph into it. You can draw in a little bit more. I like the attention device too. I thought that was kind of a clever way to talk about it. And it's an example of some of the additional things that you could do in the rest of the speech. You've got an example later on where you talk about the one teenage boy whose organs were donated and the impact that it had on those other folks. Same kind of thing. There's got to be data here, quotes from the families that got the organs, or the mother of the son talking about how she feels in this situation. I think you can get a little bit more emotional pull on that to sell the idea, and that'll help well. You've got all the technical stuff fine, so you're doing okay there. I thought the presentation was really solid all around. I like the fact that you talk to the audience, and although you have cards in your hands, you are not overly dependent on the script. You still try to gesture. You're still trying to engage the audience. I thought you did a pretty good job on all of those things. All right, thank you.